Hello guys, how are we doing today? I hope they're having a great day so far. I just wanted to do a quick Q&A because I got so many questions from you guys and I love that. So we're gonna answer some of your questions today. I'm gonna get into if I recommend studying at La Sapienza as a university and also as a city. I'm also gonna talk about the TOLC test a little bit because I get a lot of questions about that and about the application a little bit. And we're also gonna talk about job situations in Rome, all of that. So let's get into it.
Oh my god.
So I have to hurry up with this video because I have to go to class. But first of all, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the job situation here. So it's a very difficult topic, honestly, because the job situation is just really bad. I'm just gonna put it here as it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I want to prepare you if you really want to come to Italy to study here. Be aware that you have to definitely be prepared for that because yeah, Rome and jobs is just like a very tricky thing. I can just tell you from my own experience a little bit. So try to really find like other jobs, and I was really actively pursuing it. I was going to so many different cafes, to so many restaurants, asking so many different people for jobs, but I really just couldn't find anything. And keep in mind, at that point I was already quite good at speaking Italian as well. I was not fluent, of course, at that point yet, but I was going to language school. I was really trying and making an effort, and I still couldn't get anything, nothing. And I really asked at probably 50 places, and keep in mind those were not even jobs you need a lot of experience for, I thought, but also for the cafes here. Usually they want to have you, usually they want to have people who have a lot of experience in working at cafes, for example, and at that point, I hadn't worked before really in cafes, so I wasn't accepted to anything, and the only job offer I got was in a bar where I would have been working the entire night until 2 a.m. without any breaks. Well, they would have given me a 10-minute break for 8 hours of work and they would have paid me €4 an hour, tip included. So I was just no thank you. I feel that's slavery, and that's just exploitation to a whole nother level. But unfortunately that's really how it's in a lot of places here in Rome. They really don't care. They're gonna pay you the least amount they can because I think there is no minimum wage, so they just really don't care. And that was unfortunately the experience for most of my friends as well. Not getting paid over €6 an hour or €8 an hour for sure. It's just crazy. Even friends I have who work in very high class bars don't get paid a lot, and it's just very difficult to find a job here, so keep that in mind. Of course, I also have some friends who really have a good experience, or kind of good experience now of working in jobs here, in cafes, for example, but majority of my friends, and also from my own experience, has had a kind of bad experience with it. So yeah. I also got asked about part-time jobs. I have only one friend who works in a part-time job. She's happy with her job now, but she also had a lot of struggles with finding it because it's just really hard, especially if you don't speak Italian. It's just really tricky, and if you don't have experience in that field. For example, she's working as an English teacher now, but she has a lot of experience already, and she has sacrificed a lot to find that job even. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I really don't want to sugarcoat it. If you come here, then you're just shocked because you don't find any jobs. So just keep that in mind. I'm very sorry to break it to you, but that's the situation here, unfortunately. I wish it was different, I really do. But yeah, unfortunately it's not. So now I just want to tell you, apart from all of this, the jobs and all of that, if I still recommend Rome as a student city, and I definitely do. If you can somehow figure that out, find a way that works for you. And I know that a lot of you will also support themselves, and I know it's very difficult, but if you can somehow find a way around that, find anything, then Rome really is a great student city. I highly recommend it. I'm very happy with my choice because I also had some other great choices, but I'm really happy I got here and that I choose to come to Rome because I really love it so much. I feel Rome is an amazing city. It's a very vibrant city for students, especially because if you live in the student area as well, close to the main campus, you will always like meet so many new people and students everywhere, and everyone's like always out, I feel like, because the weather is just great like almost all of the time. So I really feel like that is something very valuable, and I'm very happy here. I can highly recommend it. Also, my university, I really love La Sapienza, even though it has like the reputation of being very disorganized and all of that, which is true. But also on the other hand, I feel like there's something in every university that you're not gonna like, and here I'm really happy with like the majority of everything. So yeah, I can deal with some of the things that I don't like, which is the disorganization, because it really, like, it's true, like La Sapienza is a huge university and that's why it's also kind of unorganized. But if that's like something that you can deal with, I think it's really a great university and I'm very happy here. So yeah, I highly recommend it. So now I just want to quickly talk about like the TOLC test, application, etc. Is it hard to get into La Sapienza, all of that? First of all, I think if it's hard to get into La Sapienza, it really depends on the course you choose. For example, I study a course that's very new. I think it's been like started like 3 years ago. So I'm like one of the first people who study this course actually. So it's not that well known everywhere yet. So it's, I think, relatively easy to get into it. If you don't know, I study global humanities. I also want to do a separate video about what I actually study, like more detailed. But yeah, that's what I study. And so I'm just gonna give you my grades that I got from high school. So I graduated from a German high school, so you might have to like take my grades and put them into your like average system to understand what the average is. But I just wanted to give you my grades, so just for you to understand, get some like idea of it. So I graduated from Germany with a 1.7 average. Yeah, I got accepted in June. I applied in April in 2022. And then I also had to write a motivational letter, and I had to give one reference letter from one of my teachers from Germany in English. So you only need one, not two, because I also know for a lot of UK universities, for example, you need 2 reference letters. Yeah, that all went quite smooth until I got my acceptance letter. And so then I also get a lot of questions about the TOLC test. So please guys, don't be so scared of the TOLC test. I think if you prepare for it, it's honestly not that hard. Even though I didn't pass it, but which is a bit embarrassing here, like to say that, but I didn't pass it. It's okay. I'm still enrolled, like everything is still good. It's actually not that big of a deal, because if you pass some exams in the first year, it doesn't matter if you pass the TOLC test or not. At least that's how it's like from my course, okay? I don't want to generalize, but for global humanities, that's how it's like for sure. If you're not sure, maybe contact some of the Sapienza, I don't know, like the email or something, like write them an email and just ask if it's the same for the other courses. But that's how it's like for global humanities. If you want to study global humanities, don't worry about the TOLC test, don't stress. You don't need to pass it, you just need to give it. That's the important thing, because you have to give the TOLC test for sure, but you don't have to pass it. But yeah, it's just like a test about like logic, grammar and maths. I failed the maths part because I really don't like maths, but it's okay. So yeah, just letting you know about that. And yeah guys, that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope that this was helpful to you in some way, and if it was helpful for you, please let me know in the comments, and like this video. That really helps me to see if you guys like it or not. So yeah, I'm very excited to see you in the next one, and yeah, bye guys.